Hello, everybody. My name is Christian Slider, and welcome to episode 2 of That's the Flavor. Thank you guys for all the support on episode 1. We're back for episode 2. I think you guys liked it enough that I felt confident enough to come back with a second episode. This week, I'm joined with Peyton again, and I'm also joined with a new person you guys haven't met. A new challenger enters the arena, you could say, and we are also joined with Cameron. So say hello, guys. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Absolutely great.
There's a cat in my lap. I'm great.
That's what we like to hear. I love it when a cat's in my lap too. But yeah, no. So thank you guys all for your support on the first episode. It was honestly insane. It was baffling. I had a ton of fun doing it, and I'm having a ton of fun doing them. So they're gonna keep coming. Maybe they'll be a little late. Who knows? Like this episode is right now. But hopefully you guys are enjoying it nonetheless. So last week we talked about driving into a house, and to kind of preface this whole week for you guys who are listening at home or in the car or on a spaceship. I don't know where you guys choose to listen.
Wherever.
We're going to go ahead and obviously intro the episode. Then I'm going to introduce you guys to Cameron because you guys haven't met him yet. And then we're going to get into the story times. And here are some stories this week. We got two smaller ones. We're going to talk about the fact that I made some carbonara, which I know it's kind of crazy. It's really interesting. It's cool. Also, my dentist appointment, which is really weird and scary and fast. And then about the big one for the week, though, guys, is how I returned a lost child in Boy Scouts. So those are the kind of the beats we're going to hit this week. And hopefully you guys at home are going to enjoy it. And yeah, let's hop right into it. So, audience, and Peyton, you guys already know Peyton. You guys met her last week.
Peyton.
Hello.
Anything change in our friendship in a week? Anything crazy I should know about?
I asked you to go see a play with me because I didn't want to drive 2 hours away by myself.
Yeah, that's right.
It happened like an hour ago.
Yeah, gotta check the schedule on that one still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Peyton, we're actually no longer friends. That's the big change. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Cameron's here as a witness.
You're really just gonna tell me on a podcast
you guys
like
want
this?
space or something, or like
You weren't gonna talk about this? You're just gonna drop this bomb on me right now?
Listen, Peyton, I know it seems sudden and it seems pretty big to really talk about in front of the audience, but it's just something I feel like it should be, aired out.
I'm concerned and confused.
Me too.
How did this happen?
But I don't know.
It's a long story. We'll get into it over the next coming weeks. Every time Peyton's on, we'll progress the story more a little bit. It'll be there's a story, but no, it's like
think I know the story.
That's just it. It's adventure for everyone involved. And every week when you're on, we'll have somebody new on as well who's just as confused as Cameron is now.
Oh, God.
It'll be
Sure
great.
you can get to that level of confusion.
Listen, I know a guy. So
I know a guy.
No, but I'm just joking. Me and Peyton are obviously still friends. We're hanging out, having a good time. But I think the big one this week for you guys is Cameron. Someone you guys haven't met before. I think I mentioned him. I think you got a name mentioned in the first
Last
episode.
Week,
though.
me and Beth got names dropped.
Yeah, you got name dropped. But so for those of you guys that don't know, this is Cameron. We've been friends since my sophomore year of high school, or Cameron's freshman year. He's a year younger than me. He's a little guy.
Baby.
He's a little baby. But no, we've got compared to each other a lot when we were like first friends and stuff, and like first kind of meeting. Now it doesn't happen too much anymore, but he's the same kind of. He's very much, I would say, as crazier as me and stuff like that. We vibe together. There's a lot of fun moments.
We
between
vibe
us.
together.
We vibe together. Let's see. We were in a coffee house group together.
Yep. That was fun, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Cameron is one of my buds, and he's kind of, it's nice because he's in that same friend group that I have with Ozzy and stuff. So we just, it's a good time.
Yep.
But yeah, Cameron, anything I missed? Anything crazy you want to bring up? I know Ozzy last week brought up how he married me.
Wow.
So anything like that you want to bring up?
I don't know if I can compete with marriage, but I think you covered it pretty good. Just between doing productions together and making music together and singing and good times.
Yeah, for sure. There's also that time, we were in choir together. That was a thing too. We've done a lot of singing and stuff together.
We have.
I think about it. We've done a lot.
I think Dude was definitely some of my fondest memories.
Oh yeah, Dude was the penultimate moment though.
It really was. We were the quintessential musicians.
Yes, and then of course, we had to obviously replace you with better talent, being Beth and Matthew.
Right.
But,
some real dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beth's not even a dude.
Hey, whoa.
Okay, she's an honorary dude. Okay.
Thank you. We gave her a hat, all right? Audience are probably very confused right now, but don't worry about it, guys. It'll all get explained eventually. They'll probably like 20 episodes from now, and then you can connect episode 2 to episode 20, and it'll be like, whoa, it all makes sense now.
Callback, Well,
Exactly.
Easter
So yeah,
egg.
that's me and Cameron. Well, obviously you can tell with this back and forth right now we're buds.
Yep.
But I've gathered the two of you here today for some very interesting stories.
Sounds like it.
So let's start off with one that I think happened most recently, which is I made carbonara last night.
What is carbonara?
I would
don't
say
know what that
I
means.
have to ask that question as
Wait,
well.
you guys don't
I
know
didn't
what
want to sound
carbonara is?
stupid,
No,
but I
it
don't know
sounds
what
like
it
Okay,
is.
so carbonara. This is crazy. I didn't think this was going to take this path at all, but it's actually I'm very intrigued now. So carbonara is a Italian pasta dish. And
Oh.
basically what it is, yeah.
I thought it was at all.
What do you think it was?
Well, okay, so now my question is like, what story do you have out of making pasta?
I don't know, just the fact that I made it. I don't know. It was fun. Yeah.
That was a miracle in itself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Think about me.
Making
And then-
pasta.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's really cool. You like make the pasta. You put in some. You can use like thick cut bacon as a supplement. Usually you'd use guanciale, which is like a type of like cured pork chow. You can use pancetta, but we use thick cut bacon. I fried it up. You put a little bit of the bacon fat in with the pasta, and then you have this egg cheese mixture that you pour into the pasta, and you kind of like stir it around to create like an emulsion effect, and it creates like a sauce with consistency around the same as heavy cream. So it's like this really nice creamy, cheesy like pasta with some bacon.
This sounds delicious.
That
and
sounds
kinda
really good.
complicated.
Yeah, no, it's actually not that complicated. I was surprised. Karen, I'll make it for you sometime.
Yes,
All right.
please.
Come over. It'll be a candlelit dinner. Rose
Oh.
petals, not laid
Christian,
out.
you're
Those are
speaking
really
my language.
Those are really expensive. We're not gonna use rose petals.
Or
But yeah, maybe I'll make
Hey,
it
it's
for you.
Valentine's Day coming up,
Yes.
Maybe they're
Yeah.
discounted.
True.
I think they're more expensive.
Wouldn't surprise me.
'Cause, I mean, I bet they're probably cheaper after that, like after Valentine's Day sale. you
Yeah,
know?
like
Yeah,
Christmas.
just wait.
Or
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
But like, do
Alright,
they have the Black Friday of Valentine's Day? Is that a
I mean,
thing?
it's not even the Black Friday of Valentine's
Well,
Day.
it's
It'd be
like
like
after
Halloween.
Halloween, whenever
Yeah.
like all like the candy
All the
gets
candy is like
cheap.
cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing.
Or I mean, we could just rob a flower store.
Yeah,
That would
suppose
be
that
more
is
fun.
also an option.
I mean, would that be more fun or just more difficult though? Because we gotta make sure that we don't get caught on the
Well-
cameras, that we can actually look threatening. I mean, it's
I like
it's a whole.
I like the guy who put lemon juice on himself because he thought that would hide him from the cameras.
Yes. Like
We
that
could
guy.
try that out.
What?
Yeah. Wait, no, you didn't hear about this, Peyton?
No.
Ooh, Peyton, you're getting a little robotic-y. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I hate when that happens.
I hate when I get a little robotic-y.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, no,
evil.
Have a Snickers.
I have a Snickers, Peyton. You're not yourself.
I have one somewhere. I was gifted it for Christmas and I just haven't consumed it yet.
Ew, actually.
Wait,
Somewhere in my room.
Snicker. That's a month-old Snicker, Peyton.
Yes.
Airtight wrap. Chocolate's chocolate.
Yes. I would agree.
I would tend to agree.
But past a certain point, isn't it bad? Like this.
I don't
Does
think it's
chocolate get
bad. If it gets bad, then I probably had some bad chocolate in my day.
Oh.
But okay, it's chocolate.
Hang on, I'm googling this. I'm curious now. I wonder if chocolate has an expiration date.
I'm sure it does.
Well,
It's
I
got
mean,
like it's got milk in it, like milk
Yeah.
chocolate, and milk definitely has an expiration date.
Mhm.
So
That's true. It gets
Oh, I'm
chunky.
Google. We got to go to Google, Cameron. All right.
Google knows. I would sell my soul to Google.
Does chocolate go bad? Chocolate does expire after some time. Even if it was stored properly, chocolate will go bad. How to tell if it is bad? If it looks fine, smells like chocolate, and tastes fine, it's safe to eat. If chocolate is
Yeah, it
after its
tastes like
best by
pork
date,
belly.
If it looks and sounds like a duck, it's a duck.
by the way, this article is from canitgobad.net.
I'm really
It's
glad
a
there's a
website-
whole art.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
whole website
The
for
internet's
that.
beautiful.
So glad.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was it at? Where was I reading? I clicked on the actual article to read it. As long as the package of chocolate is unopened, dark chocolate should be fine for at least 2 years. White
Right.
and milk chocolate ones for a year. Okay, so
Right,
you got
'cause
time.
The milk.
All right. Yeah, but the milk's good for a year.
I would say, like, because, like, the chocolate, it starts
Interesting.
getting, like, this, like, white dust on the top of it, and that's how you know it's starting to get old.
Right.
Or
Oh,
you just left it up on a shelf.
that's what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Oh, no. Oh,
Cameron,
man.
what happened?
Mrs. Muir's senior gift to all the Periscope staff, she got us all, like, chocolate as part of our gifts. And I opened it for the first time, like, 2 days ago, and I thought it was, like, s'mores.
Oh,
But it was kind of dusty, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. But it tasted fine.
oh no.
That's when you know it's starting to get old, is whenever it starts getting that white, like, film kind of thing on
It
top
also
of it.
fell apart in my mouth, like it was dusty.
Oh my god.
But I ate all of it anyway.
Cameron!
I just like that. I thought it was s'mores.
Yeah,
It
that's
looked
probably
like
my favorite
marshmallow dust or something.
Oh no, Cameron.
part.
Well,
Honey.
Might have explained my sickness for the past 3 weeks. So,
Just blame it on your
yeah, thanks, Muir,
Yeah.
for the bad chocolate.
No, no, it's not even. No, that's not even your fault.
Okay, it was not her fault. It was completely my fault.
Let's see, where were we? So that's really all I wanted to say about carbonara is the fact that I made it and it was good.
Was it good?
Yes.
Glad.
My only complaint about it was the fact that I didn't cook the pasta long enough. It was very much al dente, which I just wasn't vibing with. Yeah. But this leads into the next story. It doesn't at all. But I was looking for a segue. So I had a dentist appointment this week, and it was scary.
How come?
Was it like just all dentist appointments or just this one?
I mean, no, like the thing with this one was the fact that, like, okay, so you know how like they make you like stick the thing in your mouth to like get like x-rays like the sides of your teeth and stuff?
Yes. Oh, those are
But
all.
they have like the little
I
like hair
hate
dryer
that.
thing they pull down and they're
Yes.
like, oh, bite down. So
I hate
the lady
that
did
thing.
that, like the hygienist did that, but at a certain point when she went to go like adjust things or make sure like the picture is fine, she like pointed the x-ray thing directly at my face because she just wasn't paying attention. So I was like, is this legal? Am I gonna die? Like, and like I know the button's
Am I
like
gonna
around the corner or
mutate?
whatever. And I was like, please don't press the button, anybody else. I got one pointing at my face. And it was just weird because it was like really, really fast. And like I'm not used to a fast dentist appointment, but it's like they were getting all scrapey. They were explaining things like, in real detail. They were like explaining. They're like, yeah, so I'm just starting with the front of your teeth because there's some buildup there, but don't worry, that's normal. And I was like, no one talks to me like this. Like I'm an adult. I'm not 6. Please don't explain this to me.
On the contrary, I love dentist visits.
I can't
And I love people.
do dentist anymore.
And this sounds awful, but I love people that just like they're getting paid to like treat me like a king. And just, I don't know, they're just like in my mouth and like scraping things and like I don't know. And then I get that bubblegum flavored whatever it is and
Well,
it's a
you
good
get the
time.
bubblegum flavored fluoride?
Yeah, bubblegum flavored fluoride.
I don't do fluoride anymore. They stopped doing that when I turned 18.
Now here's the question though, Cameron, how do you get your fluoride done? How do they do your fluoride?
Usually with the little drill thing.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the little it's rotatey.
So they don't
Well,
paint
they do
yours
that-
onto a brush.
Yeah, that's how mine was always done. Is they take a little brush and just paint it on.
Yeah.
Well, they used to do that for me, and they stopped doing that a while ago.
Yeah,
Or
that's
maybe
the
I'm confused
fluoride.
about what fluoride is.
That's fluoride. Is that?
Oh.
Yeah,
then I'm
the little drill spinny bruch, Cameron, is for
That's
like
just the
actual paste
polishing.
for the polish.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
no idea what I'm talking about then.
Epic.
It was like
As usual.
Is anyone surprised? Not quite.
No, not a single person.
yeah, no, fluoride's gross.
It's gross. And they won't let you chew anything gummy afterwards.
Well, here's the
Oh,
thing, not
yeah,
even
that's-
that, but the way they do the fluoride, it's like the little individual packets of some fluoride in a little brush that's disposable, and they rip it
Yeah.
off like a dippable animal cracker pack, and they're like, all right, time to paint by
Dippable
numbers.
animal crackers?
They're like, oh, hey, time to paint by numbers with your teeth. Like,
They actually have to draw the numbers on your teeth so don't forget.
yeah. If you didn't know, that's actually the hygienist's job. Is they whenever they're messing with your teeth, they're actually painting numbers on, and when the dentist comes in to check, they check them off.
I must have missed that one.
Wait, that wasn't
Yeah.
a real comment, was it? That was like a joke comment, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
okay.
doing a bit, right?
Yeah, this is all a bit.
Yes, of course. They do that every time I'm in the office. You scared me.
What did you think the hygienist was actually drawing on your mouth?
Well, like I'm not paying attention to what they're doing really. I'm kind of just enjoying the process, you know?
Cameron zones out. I can see him now. He's like just in the chair, like, hey, turns to the
I'm
hygienist.
in my
Hey,
zone.
you need that Novocaine? I want to zonk out for a bit.
Oh my god.
Just lean
Getting
back
my
and it's just
wisdom
gone.
teeth removed was like the best nap I've ever taken. Like I
Wait,
woke up and like,
see
you know, a
coming.
pretty nurse was talking to me. It was really great.
Oh wait, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this, but at least to like you guys. But whenever I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, you know, like they'll usually go, "Oh, hey, count back, like count backwards, whatever."
Yeah.
Like that's how they'll knock you out. Instead, the guy who knocked me out, he put the mask over me and said, "All right, now Christian, now imagine you're reeling in a big fish." And he's like, "Go ahead and keep reeling." And oh no, the fish is getting away. Better catch it. And I was like, "What?"
What?
I was like, "What?"
What does it mean?
I was like, well, "Excuse me," and then I bonked out. I was like, "Excuse me."
Gosh. I just was told to count backwards.
Yeah, did he want you to
That's it.
gasp as if you were like a really excited fisherman?
I was just breathing, but then he told me. Then he's like telling me this story next to me because I guess he just didn't want me to count. So he's like, "Imagine you're reeling in a big fish, Christian." And I was like, "What?"
I'll pop it to the Chevy.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Chevy.
Oh shit.
Oh man. So yeah, that was just it was a weird dentist appointment overall. Like there was no real anything, you know.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
I get it.
And then the dentist came in and was like, "All right, I'm gonna lean you back." He opened me up, just looked at everything, messed with my
opened
tongue a
me
little
up.
bit, and left. And I was like, "Okay, bye." And then he was like, "Okay, you're good to go." And I was like,
The
"What?"
dentist is the worst part. All the nurses are like super sweet and like they treat you nice. And the dentist comes in and like, I'm gonna stab your gums.
Actually, they're called dental hygienists.
Okay. Dental
Yeah, I can-
hygienists.
Thank
Use
you.
their proper
Pardon me.
name.
Pardon me.
Yeah, geez, Cameron, I can't believe you. Come on, you
I
come on my
said
podcast.
sorry.
No, Cameron, you come on my podcast and you do this? Really?
Look, the
I knew having you on was a mistake. Oh my! First, Peyton's not my friend anymore, and now you do this? Really?
this has turned into the Attack Christian podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
Make
okay
Christian's
with
life worse.
Ugh. But yeah, that was the dentist. No, there's nothing really crazy. I got a clean mouth. I have no cavities. I'm happy.
Good.
Although,
Yay.
the other thing, you guys know how I have the gap between my two front teeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 separate times. The hygienist said it twice, and the dentist said it once. Oh, you know, we have and they told me this like every time I go there. They're like, but they were like, you know, we have a procedure for you to get that removed and get that fixed, right? And I was like, yeah, I know, but I really like my gap. You know, it's whatever. I'm used to it at this point. It's part of like it's one of my qualities. And they're like,
Right.
oh, okay. And they proceeded to talk about it 2 more times. I
Oh,
was like,
gosh.
excuse me.
It's like they really wanted to give you that procedure.
Right? I mean, they've been wanting to for years, but I was like, no, I like my gap.
Well, the
Leave me alone.
thing is, they don't really care. It's just a way for them to make money, so they're gonna prompt it as much as they can.
Exactly.
And here's the thing, you know, we say that, and it's like that's like the stigmatism. But if there's any other dentists out there, we know there's good ones. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Let me sit down and you know, if you're driving your car right now, just stop right in the middle of the road and just listen to me for a second. All right?
Have a
Listen.
seat, everybody.
Hi, my name's Christian here with the That's the Flavor podcast, and I just want to let you guys know not all dentists are bad. You know, Cameron, please, this is a very serious moment. All right.
Was crying of
I
joy.
know. Oh, okay. I know that there's some of you right now who are probably again stopped in the middle of the road. You probably have a car honking behind you, and there's more piling up. But just don't worry. Let's just get through this. Not all dentists are bad. Not all doctors are bad. But there are bad ones. Some that may want to take your money or give you things you don't need. You know, charge you more money. But there are good ones out there that care. Just like veterinarians care about puppies. But there are good ones out there that care. And just remember that. All right, audience, we may be joking around, but it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing, those dentists. And yeah, this has been a statement from the That's the Flavor Foundation. And
Brought
thank
to you
all
by
for
Aspen Dental.
No, it's not.
We're
brought
not
to you by-
sponsored by Aspen
We're
Dental.
not sponsored. All right, moving on from that dentist fiasco, we get into the main story of the week.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm excited for
Well,
this one.
And this is very simply titled Returning a Lost Child. Oh, sorry, I had to breathe. Um,
It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that watched, listened to the trailer, this is one of the stories I mentioned in the trailer. I bet it probably piqued some of your guys' interest as well. So I figured, let's hit another one off the story list. Other ones on the beaten path, and then on the beaten path. I don't. Yeah,
Off
no,
the
the
beaten
beaten
it was
path.
a really good try.
I
I
shot
understood what you
for
meant.
the 50-yard field goal and I missed, but it's okay. So
Understood.
I'm going to transport you guys back to Boy Scout summer camp.
Yes.
Year probably 2016, 2017, somewhere in that range. I was the SPL, which for those of you guys that don't know, SPL means Senior Patrol Leader. And at summer camp, because of the way things fell in the troop that I was in, they'd always end up choosing like a new SPL to be SPL for that summer camp, like for that week.
Christian, what troop were you in?
173.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I was almost in 173.
Oh man, you should have. It was a wild time.
Wow.
So
Wild.
yeah, I got a lot of stories. There's going to be a lot of them on the podcast. Lots of Boy Scout stories for sure. But I was chosen to be the SPL for summer camp, and that meant I was in charge of everybody. That means I had to make sure they're all lined up, all in their tents, all sleeping, all awake, all eating, all not having breakdowns. The usual stuff. A whole basket of friendship. That's what it was. That's definitely what it was. So I had 3 of my other friends who were like my assistants, like my assistant senior patrollers. They're called ASPLs, and we were all buds. And at one point, there was this whole thing where the adults that were at the camp with us wanted to stop drinking soda. They were like, "No, stop it! Like, no more soda. Like, past a certain point at night, guys. Like, stop it! It's keeping you guys up too late. You guys are crazy. We can't deal with you." And I went to go to a meeting that was like a camp-wide like leadership meeting, and so I left. And then I came back. When I came back, my 3 assistants were there saying, "Yeah, so a bunch of the kids went up to the trading post to go buy sodas." And I was like, "Why didn't you stop them? We're not supposed to be letting out." They're like, "Oh no, it's fine. No one's gonna know. It'll be whatever."
Oh gosh.
So we're sitting around waiting for them to come back. Hey, they don't come back, and it's getting dark out. Like it's dark. And when you're out camping, it gets dark. There's no street lights here at the scout camp. It's scary. So it's getting dark enough to the point where the adults are like, "Where are all these kids? You got to go find them." So I was sent to go find them. I took obviously my assistants with me. Like, all right, cool. We're gonna wrangle these kids. We know where they are.
Wrangle
And we
them
see all
up.
these kids. Wrangle them exactly. We see all these kids up by
Mhm.
the trading post, and we go, all right, cool. We see them. Like we see, oh hey, that's Jimmy from our troop. That's like Steven. That's Richard. All right, let's go make sure we can round them up and get them. We walk up there and we go, all right, all of you guys, come back to camp. Like you guys are all in trouble. This is bad. I don't know why you guys thought this was okay. We take them back and we go, all right, everybody to your tents. And then as everybody's like in their tents, I'm talking to my assistants. Like, all right, like what are we gonna do about this? Like we gotta technically discipline them somehow. But what are we gonna do? And they're like, oh, I don't know. And then slowly we hear a small child's voice behind us say, "Excuse me."
Oh,
Turn.
Oh god.
And it is this kid we've never seen before.
Oh god.
And he goes, and he says, so you guys said to come back with you, but this isn't my campsite. And I was like, oh no.
Why would you?
Yeah. So it's like when he was like young, you could tell this was probably like his first summer camp. But I was like, oh, so like where are the people that you were with? Like up at the trading post. Like where'd they go? And he said, oh no, I went up there by myself. Which, mind you, we'll get to it. But the campsite we ended up taking him back to, where his troop was on the other side of the campground, like across 2 bridges, over a river. I was like, how'd you get here by yourself?
You guys at Tuckahoe?
No, we were at Hidden Valley.
Right.
Yeah.
Good
All
stuff.
locations that people listening right now could figure out, and then kind of get the lay of the land for themselves if they wanted. But
Easter eggs.
Easter is that what they are? Are we that popular that we have Easter eggs on episode 2?
Yeah, we're gonna actually
Whoa.
hide physical objects in the real world. Real world Easter eggs.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're sitting there, we're doing our thing, having a good time, and we're like, oh crap, this guy's not from our troop. What do we do? I guess we have to take him back because we can't just send him back on his own. He doesn't know where it is. Like we're talking like between ourselves, me and my assistants. I'm not talking to myself. That'd be weird. I'd probably freak the kid out. And so I go to like the adults of our campsite and go, hey, there's this kid who came back with us, but he doesn't belong to our campsite. We got to take him back across camp. And they're also like, they're pissed. They're like, oh, grr. First the kids, you let him out of camp, and now you got to take this one back, and he's not even ours. It's like, yeah, I know. Yell at me later. So we set out on our journey, and mind you, as I mentioned earlier, it's pitch dark outside. It's pitch black outside. Like it's dark. And I forgot we like literally were just like, oh, we're gonna walk this kid back, but we didn't fully realize how dark it was. So all we had on us were like our phones. So we turned on like our flashlights and stuff, and like, oh, walking this kid back, trying to talk to him, talking to each other, hearing a bunch of like animal noises and stuff in the woods, and it was really spooky. Like we were all looking around, like, I don't like this. Like there's no one out. It's completely dark. Is this how we die? This is how like Friday the 13th happened.
It's over.
It is over. Like, and I didn't even tell like Rebecca in high school that I liked her. You know what I mean? Like this
right. Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca. The Rebecca.
We all know who that one is.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm not saying real names on the podcast. Little do you know that Peyton and Cameron, those aren't even their real names. Like,
yeah, my name is. Yep.
You can't say that. That defeats
I
the
know.
purpose.
I stopped myself. It's Cameron.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Jeez. My name's not even Christian Slider. Like
Christian.
What? I know you as Richard.
Oh gosh.
Richard.
This is all getting confusing.
Where am I?
Yeah, it's all a bit. The audience knows. The audience is smart enough. At some point, okay, here's what I've learned. Little sidebar here. Here's what I've learned. In the world of content creation, you just have to trust your audience knows where you're going. And if the audience doesn't understand, then that's when you get like the really bad reviews going like, yo, that joke sucked. And then you go, oh man, my confidence is hurt. And then it's a repeating cycle.
Yup.
Yeah.
Internet.
So back, we set out, and it was 4 people, including not including the kid. The 4 people that were with me. I mean, there was me. There was a buddy of mine. His name, I call him Beto. His name's Jacob, but we all call him Beto. Bado. He was with us. My buddy Luke, and then another friend of all of ours who's no longer like in the area and stuff. Because that's the thing that sucked with my troop is it's on a like military base. So our troop was constantly rotating, or like we would lose like 10 to 15 kids, sometimes even more, and then get a whole bunch in this like the spring. And it was always rotating like on a yearly basis. So unfortunately, I kind of fell off with Hank, which sucks. But the other guy's name was Hank, and he was really cool. And it was like the 4 of us, like we were buds. We did a bunch of stuff together, like all the scouts. And so yeah, it was the 4 of us, and then we're taking this kid back. The kid, just for a little bit of like some reference, was again like really small. We'll say probably like 5th or 6th grade, somewhere in that range. He had a Minecraft creeper sweatshirt on, so he knew what he was. You know what I mean?
Oh boy.
He knew what he enjoyed. He was way back in the mines.
Oh man. We're not doing this right now. I refuse.
I know how. Let's see. And so yeah, like we were just walking him across camp, but it felt like we were going on like the journey to destroy the ring, like in Lord. That's what it felt like. Because if I were to map this out for you guys right now, again, like visual map, same thing as last week with the car incident, but like it's like we were on one side of the camp, and then his campsite was literally on like the other side of the camp, and so it was like a journey, you know. And we didn't even know if the campsite was going to be awake to like receive this child. Are we just going to like leave him in the middle, like with a note saying like from your friendly neighborhood troop, like, and move on? So we're walking, we're hanging out, having a good time, and at a certain point, one of my buddies, Luke, trips and stumbles a little bit, and his phone he was the only light we had. Because it was the only phone that had a flashlight on it, flies out of his hand and into like this leaf pile on the side of the road.
Oh, no.
And so imagine all this made that in the darkness, like padding around these leaves, digging through, trying to find his phone. 1, because it's his phone, and 2, because it's our only light source that we got. And luckily we find it. We're like, oh, thank God. I didn't didn't know what we were gonna do. And so we walk. We're like, hey, you want to hold the phone, you want to hold the flashlight, whatever. Yeah. Walking along. And then I trip and fall with the phone in my hand.
Oh, Christian.
Go to another leaf pile and literally like, repeat the process.
Where do these leaf piles keep coming from?
No.
Who's putting them there?
Here's the thing. It's like June, and I don't know.
They just kind of appear.
Because I think it's one of those things where like the camp, like just kind of like doesn't clear like they don't like fully get rid of the leaves, obviously, because there's so
Right.
many trees. So like they just kind of clear off the road. So you do have like these just piles of decaying leaves on the
Right.
side, like all year round. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But like yeah, literally just like piles of leaves because like you have the road and like it ditches off, but those ditches are just full of leaves. So it's one that's really dangerous, and I almost broke my ankle. That's another story. So yeah, like literally we're like digging through this pile again, trying to find this one, and we can't find it. We don't know where it went this time. And so like we all get up and we're like, I don't know what we're gonna do. He's like, dude, that's my phone. We gotta find it. I'm like, dude, I don't think it's in there. I don't know where it went.
Oh, man.
Oh gosh.
And so we're just kind of like trying to talk about what we want to do, and the kids like this kid. We're at this point at one of the bridges. We'll call it like the checkpoint, like end of book 1 of our Lord of the Rings journey. What? Let's see. Like Frodo just died. Gandalf.
Frodo dies.
Just let me tell my own version of Lord of the Rings. Okay.
Spoilers.
Yeah, like Frodo dies. Gandalf became the purple, and that's the end of book 1. And so like as we're talking about like what are we gonna do, like again freaking out mainly because like we're just like still like young teens, like we think this situation is larger than it actually fully is, honestly.
Right.
Like what I mean, it's like we think that this is a Lord, like in our heads is this like Lord of the Rings quest, but it's just like we just gotta take this kid back to his campsite. It's like, oh, what are we gonna do? The kid's like leaning over the edge of one of these bridges that like is crossing a river, and I'm like, what? And I turn and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, are you trying to? He's like, oh no, I saw a fish. I'm like, you can't see anything right now. Like, you can't see. If I could see a fish right now, that'd be really cool. But you can't see anything.
I wish I could see a fish, but I can't.
I wish I could see 2 feet in front of me, but I can't see that either. And the kid's like, oh, sorry. And he thought I was like yelling at him and like scolding him. I'm like, no, I'm not scolding you. I'm just saying, don't be dumb. I don't want to have to like. I don't want to go back to your camp with a body. Like, I'd rather bring you home or like back to like your people. Your
people. You're returning the lost boy to his tribe.
Yes.
Me.
Will he return home?
I don't know, man. It's like Homeward Bound. Did they return home?
Yes, they did. Didn't they?
Oh.
Have you not seen Homeward Bound or?
In a couple of years.
Well,
Cameron, they
didn't
made
the one?
it home.
Well, did the one die? The one died.
No.
Didn't the old one die?
No.
Oh, not even in Homeward Bound.
Maybe in the second one, but not in the first one.
Did I watch the second one? Oh no.
I don't know.
My
It's
childhood.
the best one. It's where they're lost in San Francisco.
That's so weird. Why does everybody have to
know.
go to a city? Or like, are we happy in the woods of like?
Yeah, because it's Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey, and then it's Homeward Bound 2: Lost in San Francisco.
It sounds like Home Alone too. Lost in
Hang on,
New York.
Lost in New York.
Bound. There's a
You did
song
it
called
first.
Homeward Bound. Hang on. That's not Homeward Bound 2. Yeah, Homeward Bound 2: Lost in San Francisco.
I don't like that.
Apparently they remade it. I don't like that. Oh, dude, Homeward Bound 2 got a 53 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not the worst.
Oh wait. What did Homeward Bound 1 get?
I just remember the scene where he runs
Bound
into
The Incredible
Like
Journey got an 87 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh
That's what
wow,
I'm talking about.
good for them. Just,
You know Sally Field voiced the cat?
who did?
Sally Field.
I think I did know that.
Seriously,
Yeah. Aunt May in the Amazing Spider-Man series.
that's wonderful.
Let's see. Michael J.
She's
Fox.
done a lot more than just that.
Michael J. Fox was not in Homeward Bound.
He was. He voiced Chance, the Golden Retriever.
That was
Yeah.
not Michael J. Fox.
Yes, it was.
What?
It was
I'm
our
figuring
boy
it
so
Marty
long.
McFly.
Oh my goodness.
And then Don Ameche voiced. Oh wait, no. Chance was the bulldog.
Yeah,
Chance was
Chance
like
was,
the boxer.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox.
Chance was the jumpy one.
Yeah, the one who got like the
The
quills
bad
in
child.
his nose.
Yes, the porcupine.
Payne, did we talk about Homeward Bound last week?
Yes.
You guys did.
I'm just
What?
now thinking that. We talked about Homeward Bound last
Why is this happening?
because I realized that Michael J. Fox voiced the bulldog. I was
Welcome back to part 2 of our Homeward Bound review.
So whenever this podcast runs out of ideas, we'll do a Homeward Bound in review.
Homeward Bound Let's Play.
Yeah, and then Don Ameche voiced the Golden Retriever Shadow.
Yes.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah.
What is their other work? I don't recognize that name.
Do I? Oh wait, And then in the second one, so Michael J. Fox voiced the bulldog, and
Not
then
a bulldog.
no, it is. He's an American bulldog.
Okay, fine.
Yes, it's what IMDb says. Fight me, Peyton.
Oh, IMDb.
Yeah.
I can
And
use the
then
internet. Look at me.
Sally Fields voiced the cat again,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
then Ralph Waite voiced the golden retriever.
Who is Ralph Waite?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
That's why it went from an 83 to a 53.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's the whole reason.
The first
That's
golden
done.
retriever was worth 30 points by himself.
Yeah,
How
here's
has-
since I know we were talking about how Lost in San Francisco is weird and how it sounds like Home Alone. Here's the synopsis real quick for
Oh,
Home
boy.
Alone.
Oh
That's
god.
exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, the Seaver family arrives at San Francisco International Airport to catch a flight to Canada. They check in their bags. Chance, American Bulldog, Shadow, a Golden Retriever, and Sassy, a nervous cat. But the confused pets burst out of their carriers and escape to the city. There they fall in with a group of strays and struggle to avoid overzealous dog catcher. But when the trio when the trio tire of vagrancy, they set out to find their beloved owners.
This definitely sounds like an American Tale. I don't know why.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like a
Oh,
weird
yeah.
hybrid of like an American Tale and
Like
Home Alone 2 Lost in
yeah.
New York.
American Tale 4, Lost in San Francisco.
And to answer one of our other questions, 'cause it's in the people also asked category. Do any of the dogs die in Homeward Bound?
Right.
No animal. And I'm reading it. If I'm reading it really like aggressively, it's because it's in all caps. No animals die. The cat is presumed dead for a while, but is ultimately okay. Chance the dog is struck by a porcupine and is very unhappy with the quills in his face, but they are dutifully but
What
callous.
happened in the
pulled out.
first one?
Yeah, no, this is just talking about overall Homeward Bound.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right, because she gets lost in the creek. And,
Yeah.
and the old guy finds her.
He's
Yeah.
like, hang on, Sassy. He's
Hang
coming.
on, Sassy, I'm coming. I love it.
And it's very unhappy with the quills in his face. They are dutifully but callously pulled out. And this part is in all caps. Shadow makes it home safe with both the other animals.
Why does that is this a common misconception that people ask about?
Apparently.
And the page writers are just so tired of being asked this question.
It's probably a little bit of both, but I mean, like, it's always like whenever you see a dog in a movie, like the first panic is like, I swear to God, if the
If the
dog
dog
dies,
dies.
I will turn this off right now.
Well,
I wonder
because like
how-
a lot of movies do that, where it's like the lonely main character and his dog, and then the dog dies.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at John Wick.
Like I Am Legend.
Hey, okay, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Oh, Will Smith though in that movie is really good.
Oh,
I love Will Smith.
wonderful.
What a guy.
I Am Legend is such a good movie. All right, so that was our Homeward Bound section of the podcast. We obviously needed it.
The
I
weekly
love how we completely forgot that we talked about Homeward Bound last week, but only in that Quill mention of the porcupine part.
Yeah. Did we finish the story about the boy?
No, we just segued to Homeward Bound.
I want to know what happened to this boy, Christian.
Spoiler alert: he got home.
Dang it! I was
Damn
really
it!
rooting for the
Dang
bad
it.
guy.
So after scolding the kid and not scolding but scolding, you know what I mean, telling him, hey, don't be dumb, we're trying to take you home. We end up someone is kicking around the leaves where he thought Luke's phone was, and we found Luke's phone. Thank God. We
Okay.
continue on the journey again. So we continue, and we're walking. We get to another bridge, and we go, and then we're just walking. And at one point, we realize that the kid's not with us anymore.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I'm not even joking, because at some point, I guess, because we had him walking in front of us, but I guess at some point we just weren't paying attention because we were talking amongst the four of us, that
Mhm.
the kid had gotten behind us and was just tailing behind. So we look behind us, and as I mentioned earlier, you can't see 2 feet in front of your face. So we literally have to backtrack, turn around, and walk back towards the way we can to try to find this kid, and we just see him, like, sitting on the side of the road.
Oh.
And again, I had to do one of those things where I walk up to him, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know, I'm just really tired.
What?
Yeah, I'm just all that thinking. He goes, I don't know, I'm really tired. And I was
That's not a good excuse.
Here's the thing. I knew he
Wrong
was young, and
answer.
as mentioned earlier, I bet it's probably his first summer camp, and I knew I didn't, and this was like a rough situation for him, so I didn't want to like snap at him, even though like I was pissed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
so it's one of those things where I had to sit down. I would give him like the little pep talk. I had to be like, listen, champ, Like,
Listen, champ.
I know you're tired, but you can sleep once you're back in your campsite with all of your other friends and stuff like that, and you can go ahead and just sleep and rest up then. And we just gotta walk a little bit more, and then it'll be all over. And he goes, oh, okay. And he gets up, and I see like my three buds like just kind of like waiting behind me, like, can we go? And I was like, yeah, we're going. So we're like the five of us. Then we're all walking. We get to his campsite, and it's pitch black. No one's awake.
Oh man.
And I'm like, who are we supposed to tell? Or do we just, like, what are we gonna do? So we walk in the middle of this kid's campsite, and it's like, oh, where do you like, where are you staying? Like, what? He's like, I don't know. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know which Adirondack's mine.
Oh no.
Adirondacks, for those guys that don't know, are like these raised like
sided cabins.
Yeah, like they're raised cabins, and they have like tarp openings that you open in the front. They have like 6 bunks in them. Then that's kind of like what this campsite had that it was staying in. It had an Adirondack. I had to clean those out so many times. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, I don't know, I forget. I go, how do you forget? It's halfway through the week. And he goes, I don't know, I forget. But you guys are okay to just leave me here. And I look to the 3 other like people that are with me. I look to Luke, Hank, Beto, and I go, guys, do we just leave him if he says he's okay? Like, do we just? And they like, I don't know, kind of think about it. And I turned back to the kid and I go, are you sure you're okay? He goes, yeah, no, I'm okay. I'll figure out which like Adirondack I'm staying in. And I just said, okay.
All
right, cool. I guess we're just gonna leave you here. Then I never saw that kid again.
Wow.
So I don't know what happened. We could speculate he could be dead. I don't think he is.
Well, like my first thought, is that like he doesn't seem like he was too all right, and like I don't want to say like too all right mentally, but just like he seemed very out of it for whatever reason,
Yeah.
So like what happened after you left?
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to know.
Very much then went and like walked home. Like we don't know the rest of this kid's story about like what if he did just like end up finding the bunk he was staying in or what,
right.
Or like what happened, or like if his troop was actually worried about him, because his troop never came looking for him, which I thought was the weird thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like no one came looking for him.
Well, actually, the same exact thing happened to me. My second year of summer camp.
Oh my god. What do you mean?
And eventually, I was like, you know what? I'm lost. I'm just gonna walk in a straight line through the woods, and hopefully, I get to my camp. And when I got back,
excuse me?
Yeah, when I got back, my scoutmaster was sitting there on the front porch of the cabin, and he was like, "Oh, Cameron, welcome back." And I was like, it's o'clock at night. What are you doing? Like, you're not concerned? He's like, nah. He's like, I need to come back.
I knew you'd come back.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't think he knew I was gone, to be honest.
Scouts is a weird place, Peyton. If you have to get in that
thing
vibe.
It's a good time though. It really is.
How do they like? I'm just thinking of like, and like prospectively, like if that kid that you returned, Christian, was missing for as long as he was, wouldn't that raise like, I don't know, 1 maybe 5 red flags?
You would think,
Well,
but like honestly, it goes back to like, and it's gonna get a little serious here, but like it goes back to the whole statement we were talking about, like dentists, for example, earlier. Like it's all about like, even if like people are like in charge, and it's like, hey, I'm the scoutmaster of this troop of boys. Like, gotta make sure that honestly they're okay, even though that SPL's in charge. We all know who's really in charge. But it all comes down to like, is that person a good person? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that scoutmaster a good enough person to actually like do the job he's set to do, or is he just being scoutmaster to be scoutmaster? You know what I mean? It all boils down to the actual like morals of people.
Well, and it's a boy-led thing, like the boys are the ones who are leading the troop. And so I think a lot of scoutmasters, not a lot of them, there are some scoutmasters that think to themselves, oh, I don't have to do anything because the boys will take care of it, which is not always the safest thing to do.
Yeah, and it's very like, because Peyton, you would think like, oh, like there would be safety and stuff. And it's like, before Boy Scouts, there's this thing called Cub Scouts, which is way more like parent led, and the boys are just kind of like, there, oh hey, we're doing things, and like in that scenario, it's like, yeah, the parents are like kind of on top of you, like making sure like, where's everybody, where's Richie, where's James, where's Steven, where's Paul, and it's like making sure everybody's there. What's up, Cameron?
Ignore that comment. That was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
I just didn't hear you.
Didn't either.
Oh, okay. All right, moving on. So it's like, it was so strange to me, and it's like almost. I look back on it, it's like technically, the best thing to do would not have been to leave him there in the dark by himself, but if he's like he said it was good, so I was like, okay, cool, I can go home and go to sleep. But like the fact that nobody was like waiting up for him or anything like that was just
Right.
really weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's the part that I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't have an answer because again, the thing is too, a lot of troops operate differently and stuff. So like, it just
I mean, in my troop, a lot of the guys who like were my age when we started to become SPLs and patrol leaders and stuff, like we had one year we had some boys who like weren't back in time, and all of us were like, all right, will they come back eventually? Yes, but should we stay up and wait and look for them? Yes. So we actually had like search parties and everything, because we wanted to make sure we had a head count before everybody was gone, and I just feel like that's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
As a leader.
And the thing is too, and whenever I was out, after that summer camp being SPL, I then became SPL for the troop for like the first half of the year, or no, like the second half of the year, mind you. And it's like, if it was a troop issue where like some of like the kids that I was in charge of were missing, like totally, that's what I do all the time. That's what I would do all the time and stuff like that. I would always do things like that, making sure that like I was making the responsible choice. But like in this scenario, it was just so weird. It's like I could send out a search party all I want, but it doesn't matter. It's not my scout. Like I know him. I know where he is. He's with me right now. And it's just the fact that nobody was doing anything to like search him is weird. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Strange.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like I never saw the kid the kid around the camp the rest of the week for like summer camp. So it's one of those things where like I never got to fully like see if he was okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like
you were concerned,
Yeah. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know if somehow person who's like a couple years younger than me, if you're the person I returned back to their campsite in during summer camp all those many years ago, and you're listening to this, I hope you're okay.
Wouldn't that be wild?
That would be freaking wild.
That would be. Maybe watch it though. Like 50 episodes from now, he's gonna be a guest on the podcast. I'm calling it now.
Star, lost child.
I'm calling it now. Right now, putting into the void. 50 episodes from now, maybe more, but sometime on this podcast it'll happen.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be great, honestly.
I would love to tune in for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'll make sure that you guys, it'll be like a 4-person like podcast, and I'll bring both of you guys on because you guys were on during this episode.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, there we go. And we can ask
love
them questions like, yo, why'd you just disappear from them and sit on the side of the road?
Yeah, come on, man. What's wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you, person?
No, Peyton, I'm playing bad cop here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can both be bad cop.
Well, that's not fun. I don't want to be good cop.
No, so you guys can both be bad cop.
Bad cop.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah! Why'd you get lost in the woods, boy?
See, I think both of you is good cop, bad cop, and you're like the Lego cop from the Lego movie. That his head just switches back and forth.
But we could do both. We would flip.
Yes.
You'd tag out wrestling.
Or like in the Sorcerer's Stone, when they got the Defense of the Dark Arts teacher has Voldemort's head on the back of his head. Yeah, that's you and Peyton. So like Cameron would be the main head, and then Peyton's face would be on the back of your head.
Okay, look, but
I'm Voldemort.
No, you're not Voldemort. It's just
you're a tumor,
I
Peyton.
feel like Cameron's got more. I don't know, not importance, but more of an imposing figure.
Importance?
No, I said not importance, but imposing figure.
I'm stepping out of this one.
Oh my god.
Well, do you really want Cameron to be on the back of your head?
Our friendship is ending, Christian.
You really want Cameron on the back of your head?
I'm more important.
You know, this feels like an off-air argument. You guys are making us look like amateurs right now.
I was president of the choir. I'm pretty important.
No, Cameron, don't make it worse.
Cameron?
But,
yep.
So yeah, the child ended up getting home. We got back to our campsite, and we slept. And then we continued the summer camp cycle. I know probably, again, I feel like it's the same way of driving into a house. It's not really, I feel like saying it doesn't make it interesting. I don't know. It's weird. I'm having that issue. But I don't know.
I think when you're saying it, when you're telling the story, you like remember things or add things that you kind of didn't realize were like so entertaining, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you get like laughs where like you wouldn't normally expect them because it's just like the way like you inflect with your voice or whatever. Like it and like knowing your person, like hearing you like say it, it just makes it all the more better than just reading it off of like words or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, guys.
You're welcome.
Got you, fam.
So, on that note, audience, I still gotta come up with a name for you guys. I just keep calling you audience, and I feel like Tobuscus back in
I
the
was just
day.
like, that's a
Audience?
Tobuscus move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Audience. But thank you guys for listening to episode 2. Peyton, Cameron, thank you guys for being on.
Such
If
a
you guys enjoy what you're listening to, you make sure to rate and review it on any of your podcast services wherever you may find it, or listen to it, do whatever with it. The YouTube links and stuff are still being worked on. Hopefully next episode we'll have it all situated. I can give you guys a YouTube channel name to go to. I can give you guys a Twitter name to go and follow, because all that stuff is in the works. I'm trying to still figure it all out on top of everything else, especially now that the semester of classes are starting and stuff like that. But if you guys enjoy what you're listening to, make sure to let me know. And yeah, I will talk to you guys all next week for episode 3. And yeah, I've been Christian Slider, and this has been That's the Flavor, and I will talk to you guys all next time. Take care, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.